Hey everyone, and welcome back to CJ Race Cars YouTube channel. I've had a lot of people ask about flush mount windows on these steel roof, steel quarters cars, and some of that stuff. So how we do the deck lids, attach all that stuff. Jesse just got done with Brian Markowitz's Pro 275 car. About 4 days worth of work just on this back window, the deck lid, and all these lips and stuff. So I want to show you how he does it and what he does.
Oh, on me, huh?
So yeah, show him.
I mounted the deck lid first. Mounted the deck lid, and then I made a. What did I do? I put a line where I wanted the wing, and then that's where I cut the deck lid.
Okay.
So we have a split deck lid.
Yeah, you can see the deck lid will get basically bonded down there.
All those holes are so the fiberglass or carbon or whatever bonds to it through the holes, just like a body mount would be or whatever.
Right, for the bottom piece of the deck lid.
Yeah, because that's going to be permanent on the car, and then that's just basically so you don't have to take the wing off.
Right, every time you need to get in here.
You don't have to unpin it. You just pull the deck lid off and you're good to go.
Yeah, because these things will have a puke tank back here. Some of them will also have fire bottles back here, depending on what it is. This car will have the fire bottles up there, but and then he made the wing next.
Yeah, I made the actual wing here, and then I just hand bent this on the table because it's split, so it follows the the deck lid's not straight or flat or whatever you call it. So, and then bent that, got it to the angle that matched the deck lid, and then it sits on there.
You also, it's hard to see with the camera, but I think there's like a step here, right? It's stepped here, no?
Yeah, it has a step and then a bend.
Yeah, so it's stepped here. So basically when you put the deck lid on here, it's stepped to the same thickness of the deck lid. So when you put the deck lid on, it feels like it's almost one piece. Like you can barely see a seam. It's not like the deck lid sticks up above the wing or anything like that.
And then I just fit the deck lid, got it all fit really nicely. And then I made these pieces right here, these side pieces for the Zeus's.
Yeah, he has like a little aluminum template, basically that goes on here, and it recesses this down. Once he makes these pieces, it recesses it down to where the deck lid's flush. And there's, obviously all this stuff is welded solid all the way around.
Even though it's really small and it's thin, it's really strong.
Yeah, it's solid.
At all, so. And then this has a 3/8 bar that goes across that I radius to match the deck lid first, which that's up underneath there.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually 4 pieces.
Yeah, it's a lot going on right there.
So I made these, which have your Zeus's, and then I made another piece that goes in there that what the deck lid lays on, so it doesn't just fall down off that bar.
Yep.
And then I made this piece, which is like, I don't know, it's just like a little angle piece with a hem on it, and then the deck lid slides in there. So like, you can show them. So the deck lid, so you don't have to put Zeus's.
Like Jesse was saying, this lip that the deck lid goes underneath, if you didn't have this and you Zeused it, it would still look okay. But to me, this looks a lot cleaner with the deck lid going in here with no Zeus's. And it also gives that the air coming back over the roof. It doesn't give the deck lid any way to catch the air. So
At all.
Yeah.
It would have to be something catastrophic for this to.
Yeah, if it blows that out, there's other problems for sure.
So you got 3 Zeus's here, and then you have the 4 in the middle, so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and then this here.
It's not pushed all the way down, but
yeah, you can see. I mean, it's hard to see on the camera, but this is like totally flush right here, so it looks really good. And once the car is painted, and this is carbon, I don't think he wants anyone to know what color the car is gonna be yet, but it's gonna look good. The car is gonna look good with the carbon wing. It'll look really clean. And then you can see rolled the wing so it fits the quarter panels. I mean, definitely not like a generic out of the box wing. This is a Jesse Parrott specialty right here.
and
So
then you got the window.
the window lips is what really, yeah, all this stuff is hand. He cuts all this stuff. Now we have patterns, for a Nova, Camaro, whatever.
I've never
But
done a Nova like this, so
yeah, this is the first.
Nova car we've done. The first one actually to do like this was Justin's car. So.
Yeah, I don't think people know, like, to flush mount these windows is a lot of work. Yeah. And then that
It
little
looks
stuff
really...
is hand cut and then welded completely all the way around.
Yeah, I got the little jig that I clamped here. and it holds it the right depth. So like once you put the window on, it's, you know, just below that corner.
Just below flush.
Yeah. Just to cover up the edge just a little bit. But.
And what do you use? I mean, people may want to do this. What do you use to cut this? I mean, I know some of it you file, or some of it you pretty much all 10
I mean,
steps.
it's really not necessarily that hard. It's just the time-consuming part. So, like, if you had a window, this is all 4 pieces. So this is one piece, this is one piece, the middle's one piece, and then the other side's one piece.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I just get a piece of poster board, tape it on there so it doesn't move, and then I just have like basically a pencil I cut in half so I can rub it on the edge to get a tracing of it, and then that's your shape.
Yeah.
You know.
And then you just do the scallop.
Yeah. So before I do any of that, I run a string all the way around here, and then to the center, and I'll pull that off, and then that's so I'll put it on the table, and that's how I'll measure my hole distances.
Okay.
So the holes are even all the way around.
Right. Yeah, that makes it really nice.
So it looks symmetrical. And then I'll come in here and measure, put all my lines, and then once I make that pattern of the piece, I can mark my lines for the whole thing, just to make it easy. Just put the line over.
Yeah.
And then you just cut it out of metal.
And then weld it in. You tax it in every like inch, all the way around. Tax it in.
Like in between everything, just to make sure it looks right. If I gotta make a correction, I'll fix it. And then after it's good, I go and check with an old piece of window, like a little section, just to make sure it's not sticking up or too low. Just double check it, and then once that's it, you weld it in. But this also has a step in it. I don't know if you see.
Yeah, it has a step, so wherever he puts the weld basically won't affect the window.
Yeah, it will a little bit, but not as much, because that's an 1/8 inch step.
Right.
So it takes away from having to bevel the window super hard.
Yeah, which we bevel all our windows some anyways.
Yeah, it just keeps you from having to grind the weld down basically.
Right.
Because you want to keep as much weld there so it's strong.
Yeah. Yeah, once this is welded, obviously you can see it's not cut off yet, but he'll go back and cut this factory lip off. You can see kind of where like the pieces go together, but everything matches up perfect because it's not just like we bought these strips and then he just lined them up wherever they worked out and welded them in.
Like these hole centers are different on the bottom than they are along the top.
Right. To make them even.
To make them even, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really difficult as far as just taking the steps. I mean, it's just time consuming, you know.
So how much time the window lips, this here, all these pieces, the tube, and the trunk lid stuff? How much time do you think? Welded solid.
It's like 3 or 4 days because I was like trying to make this piece with the hem on it. Was like I was kind of a challenge because I never did one with a hem on it, and it wants to flex and curve.
I do like it with the hem on it though because I feel like it'll keep it from
it's not sharp
ever moving, and it's not sharp. Yeah,
that was the problem. It's sharp right there. It's just and the edge doesn't look finished. So
yeah, it came out good. Obviously,
once it gets painted and like a little bit of body work on there, like primer and sanded, it'll look really clean.
Yeah, it'll look like part of the car. It'll look factory, you know. So that's a good thing about it. And the same thing with the wing. The way the wings roll with the quarter panels and the wing fits the outside. I mean, it's
yeah. We still have to trim. I still have to do some work on the wicker
up here.
The spill plate, but it's still not 100% done.
Yeah, it looks really good,
it's already like pretty strong, and it's got no braces.
Yeah,
on, you know.
Yeah, definitely like it. So we'll keep you guys posted on this build. I just want to show you this. This is something I've had a lot of people ask about the flush mount window stuff, and figured it was a good opportunity to show you that and also show you what we got going on with Markwitz's car. The front end's mounted, the body's mounted. Gonna start on the sheet metal. Just these take a long time, so he's getting these knocked out, and then we'll start probably with tubs and firewall and all that other stuff.
Well, it's taking a little bit longer too because I'm making templates.
Right.
And drawing all the measurements so we can have these like cut out to save a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Before he would just do them, and he still is doing them all by hand, but now we have more of these Novas to do, and we have more 69 Camaros to do, so now we're making templates and gonna have them cut, because that would cut down like probably a day out of your job, you know.
Yeah, the cutting is because you gotta go in there and cut it, and then you gotta deburr the edges, and you know, all the holes you gotta deburr because it's got all the stuff and drilling it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It would be a massive amount of time saving having them all cut. Because I cut all these a little bit long and then I trim them down like by hand to make sure they fit in there perfect, and then I'll weld them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I agree. It's going to save a lot of time. Now he has templates. I made templates somewhere, didn't you?
yeah.
Made a bunch of templates, and then we'll have them water jet or lasered out at the place we use down the road, and that'll save us a ton of time next time.
Yeah, like these are this is like what they looked like before they were welded in the car.
Right, that's exactly what it should be.
Yeah.
Yep, I like it.
So they'll be able to measure it however they put it in the computer. And then...
This goes back to when we talked about how many hours it takes to build a car, and we talked about Justin's car. I mean, like you can see, this is one window and a deck lid, and we're talking about 3 or 4 days worth of time. So, you know, 30 hours roughly in just the back window and the deck lid. Whereas, like that Pro Mod body up there has all that stuff already done. It has a door lips, it has window lips, it has...
Just cut them down shorter, they're long.
Yeah.
It's already...
That car's built to be a race car. So you're hundreds of hours less in doing a car like that.
Yeah, like a Pro Mod body, like a 5-star body, all the windows are all perfectly recessed. All the windows are perfectly cut.
Yeah, yeah, you can buy windows done.
Windows done, it just bolts in. You don't have to do anything. You know?
Yeah.
This is like, you got to spend 4 days just to get a window mounted where
Yeah.
it looks like a Pro Mod.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, these steel roof and quarter cars are almost probably double the work, really, by the time you're done with mounting the bodies and getting a bunch of stuff. Because obviously, if we get a factory body, the doors are made by someone different, the front end's made by someone different, so it doesn't necessarily fit a factory body perfect. And then also the inner part of these doors we don't necessarily like for the application we have, so we cut the inners out. We have a mold made for the inners and change the inners, the way they mount and the way that everything recesses in them. So it's a lot of work, but they look awesome. Personally, I like the factory style body better. Like this car looks awesome the way it sits with the wheels sitting out there, and it's gonna have it's gonna look good. It's gonna have everything airbrushed, it's gonna have headlights, it's got tail lights, it's got all that stuff. So this car is gonna be awesome. I do like that better than a Pro Mod personally. So, but anyways, that's it. I'll keep you guys posted on this. Give you guys an update on Clay's car probably next day or two. We're working on mounting a body on that now, and Jesse's gonna start on sheet metal on this. So got a lot of stuff going on, and we'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching.